I was going to tell you, by the way, a very short story about this, I'm doing a PhD at the moment in creative writing, and I proudly let my professor know about my plans to write a poem about it, about Venice, and I was told to be very, very careful and make sure that there is nothing, not a single element in the poem that is going to resemble of Venice, and I found that was quite a difficult task to write about Venice, and make sure that nobody notices that it's about Venice, simply because of its commercial nature as a place. Right, a short one. I do find it very hard to write short poems, actually, for some reason. Again, from the Narcissus cycle. Narcissus in the myth, of course, dies, so I didn't have any other choice but kill her, because my Narcissus is a man. So here is Narcissus' death. The recollections of Narcissus. Heat floods your garden, it brims over its rim, overflowing your neighboring landscapes, dehydrating colors, an iconoclasm of summer, a desert of your ambitions or longings. Yet you bathe in it, you bathe and let your skin burn for prolonged seasons until it shreds ashes and apathy. Your cold-blooded after winter. Leaning over, face dipped in the pond, you see through at last, a quarry formed from glaciers of years' frosts, or the sky entrapped, iced up. You have been toiling to move on. Chancing it with your feet like whitewashed lighthouses near hazardous shoals, ludicrous, goose-flashed, you plunge among living things that learnt it by heart, the distance. A short-lived echo dives after you with a swimmer's poise and disappears as suddenly as people die. Got time for 2 more poems?
Yeah, you got about 5 minutes, or 6 minutes.
Okay, then I will read a strange poem I've never read before, so I hope I'm going to be alright with that. Is perhaps not the best choice, but I will not change my mind now. It's called Narcissus' Breakfast Letter, and it's simply based on an observation of me watching the content of the breakfast table we've got in my house, or in our house, from the window. So I'm looking at the reflection of the breakfast letter, and of course it's changing all the time. Narcissus' breakfast letter. I will simply tell you what I can see on this table here. No, not on that table, but on the one that floats in the window, the one that moves with the hour. Its lustrous objects, some of them latent, some obvious, layer by layer, half sheltered behind each other like a mock-up of some insipid geology travelled by the horizon. I will tell you, although it's not easy to stop seeing inside. A crooked vase, bursting flowers, they burst on the glass. I do not know what sort, but not sunflowers, and the vase is not blue of any kind. I could ask someone, and they did not know. They could ask someone, and they did not know. Apples piled on top of each other, buoyant in a bowl, relatively visible, curvaceous torsos, perpendicularly squashing against one another with a negligible force unit of kilopascal, though weight nullifies for those who only watch. Did you know that despite the apparent struggle, these apples strive for equalization, they say? A kitchen knife tilted on its side. Its glossy metal edge reflects another ceiling, another sky, blurs its white. The texture of air woven between the metal and the white escapes and floods the room. The razor's edge, facing down the surface of the table, reflects unknown darkness, a darkness duplicate. The intimate recollections of the two. A chunk of butter, left outside, sunbathing in the light yellow light of early afternoon, melting into its own outline. Then the butter expands and steps out of itself. It becomes smeared on the glass. I read that objects have no contours, only oscillating transitions. I don't know if it is true. Perhaps the replica of it is true. An eggshell in a goldy egg cup, its top torn off with a zigzag motion. Mineralized minuscule skull drained after an elongated tribal ritual. But this time no religion, no ideology. An embroidered egg cap, a Sunday outfit, still warm from incubating the freshly boiled egg. If you were here, you would slip into the needlework's inner textile and reel up the story of the thread stitched vice versa, if it wasn't too late. Look, these objects are travelers. Wait, only a few more things here. A light green net bag, it's more pistachio, a fishnet fishless, or a marionette collapsed after the hand dropped it. Yet it seems it wakes again, stretches with the stretching of the sun. It all changes by the second. Let's hurry up. It's not easy to erect a world outside. A jam jar with lumps of marmalade left open. The lid is checkered, red and white, red and white. This pattern, restricted to the circle of the rim, continues outside the rim too. It rims over it, audibly. But this would be a detour, and we must stay here with a facsimilar table that will soon depart. A table that is still here, just.